Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Evil Live. I'm your host tonight, Evil, Evol. That's love spelled backwards, ladies and gentlemen. And tonight we are celebrating, one of my favorite horror picks of all time, honestly. A little gem, called Gonjiam Haunted Asylum. We're going to be talking about it with a couple cool folks, that I've met from a new group, that I've lately entered into, infiltrated into, the Monster Fam, themselves. They've got their Discord popping, where they watch horror movies, and it's really just a vibe. Like, you get to kick it and hang out with folks, and you get to watch like everybody's different horror recommendations, and then once you get to watch the movie, you get to actually, kick it with them in one of these live streams, which you've probably seen, already, if you're one of the initiated, but then afterwards it's like they hit you with like a double feature. Like, I used to do the double features at the drive-in. You catch one movie, then you talk, then you pop out, you drive into another movie. Sometimes legally, sometimes illegally. But tonight we're here to celebrate. We're here to celebrate and kick it with some awesome people, from that clan. So, we're gonna get that started. And also, if you did want to join, the Discord, which is awesome, by the way, we're gonna put that in the chat. I'm gonna set the link right now. I'm gonna be continuing to spit out that link in the chat, all night during the live. But don't be a stranger, because it's just a community of folks. And if you're into horror, like, I know you're into horror, because why the hell you subscribe to, this channel? Then I think you'll definitely enjoy. So let's get it started. Inviting some folks. First we got the vibe for tonight. Bog. We got Bog definitely in the house. How you feeling tonight, Bog?
I'm all right. How about you?
Yes. Listen, man, I can't complain. I can't complain. I'm off work. I'm chilling. I'm, getting over a cold, but I'm hanging with the crew. I'm hanging with the crew. And I love the background, and I love the outfit, man. Love the outfit.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. Bog's definitely in the house. And the next up is Heathen. We are Heathen, in the
We are
house. How you
heathen.
doing tonight?
Yeah, we're glad to be here.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely awesome to hang out with these awesome folks. I think actually hung out with you guys before. I may have been inebriated, honestly, but I think
Yeah.
we've hung out before.
Yeah, that was our first
Yes.
time as well.
Yes, yes. See, it's always a fun time. You may not
Yeah.
remember everything, but it's always a fun time.
We got something
So
in common because I've just been getting over a cold as well. And it's only really yesterday that I feel 100% again. So I feel like a new man. And I was ready to go with some new horror tonight. So you brought it.
listen. I'm glad that you guys were up for it, and I'm glad that this was something that I could introduce. That you never had seen before, because that's what it's all about in the horror community, is shooting out these recommendations.
Definitely.
So it's
Never even
definitely that's
happened.
Yes, yes. Listen, that's what I love. That's what I love. Showing new folks, some new stuff. So that's what we love. But thank y'all for stopping by. Thank y'all for stopping by,
Love it.
heathen. And
Yeah.
last but not least, we got a friend to the show, the Rainbow Fright herself, DeRay. How you doing tonight?
What's up? What's up? I'm doing really well tonight. I had such a good time this evening watching this new horror flick. Well, it's not new, but new to me from 2018. It was a good time. I loved it.
Yes, yes. And if you are not subscribed to any of DeRay's channels, make sure you do that. Stardust, make sure you do it, because she's one of the top of the crops, one of the top of the crops. So it's
Thank
always a fun time when you join us on the show. So Get the folks on here. Get the folks on here. Getting Bog and Heathen lined up. Lined up.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. We got some love in the chat. In love with horror, you know. Christy and AJ, hey fam, can't say, just wanted to pop in and say, hey, have a great time. Yes, thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. You know, and the Queen stopping by, Jaleesa Taylor. Yes, yes.
Jalisa.
In the building, the Queen, Lady Evil herself, you know. But yes, tonight the top, and don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Monster Fam. You know, this is just a few of them. This is just a few of them. There are a bunch of, you know, family and in this group, and like I said, they get together consistently, and that's one of the things I
Daily
love.
for
You know,
sure.
yeah, I'm
Mhm.
I'm fairly new to Discord, but it's always nice to see like the pop-ups, and they're like, all right, about to start, you know, in 5 minutes, you know. So it's like if you're just chilling, if you're in the mood for horror, or if you're just chilling, you're like, you know what, I've got nothing else to do. And sometimes, you know, you may just want to watch something spooky with a few people, you know, who enjoy the genre as much as you do. So I think it's definitely an awesome service, you know, that you guys provide with that. So thank you guys for that.
Yes. Thank you, Bog, for streaming all the time. And Frank and Chris, who aren't here today, actually started this group. So much thanks goes to them, like myself, Tyrone, Heathen, and Bog. We're just patrons of these folks, and we all just became friends. And so, yes, thank you to the granddaddies of the group. And I'm just enjoying, you know, doing this Monster Fam live on a monthly basis with all the fellow creators.
Yes, yes, yes. We love it. We love to see it. Love to see it. So, you know, the movie that was chosen, you know, well, my pick, you know, tonight for the initiation was Gunjiam Haunted Asylum, you know. So get ready for the subtitles, folks, because if you if
Ooh,
you
some technical difficulties.
yeah, we got it right. We
We
got it
did.
right.
Yeah, the first 10 or 15 minutes were clearly unofficial subtitles because some of the translations were just like wild, out of this world. And for the first 10, 15 minutes, I was kind of rolling around with laughter at some point. So I'm glad it got sorted and I could take it seriously again.
Google Translate had a go at this one.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I got the vibe. I can see what's going on. I could put
Definitely.
pictures and visuals together.
Yeah, but you know what it is? I'm just happy that everybody who was involved was open to it, you know, because at one point I was one of those people who was not open to subtitles, you know,
Oh, yeah.
soaking those up. So I was just like, oh, I gotta read, I gotta pay attention. You want me to pay attention, you know, to a T?
I can't look at my phone.
Yeah, I can't look at my phone,
Yeah.
you know, I
Can't
can't.
turn my brain off. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But it's like once you open up your mind, like you start to see like, oh my God, like these stories are told from, you know, completely different perspectives, completely different cultures, and it expands your palette, and you're like, holy shit, you know, this is I was missing out. And a lot of this American stuff, you know, was inspired, if not shot for shot remake, you know, sometimes decently, sometimes horribly. Well, majority of the times horribly, you know, for being honest. But
Yeah.
you know, it just goes to show that, you know, horror uh definitely around the world, you know, contributes something to the conscious of the people, you know. So we
Oh,
we
yeah.
love them for that, you know. But Gunjiam Haunted Asylum, it was I think I caught it on Shutter originally, and as soon as I saw it, I went out and bought the Blu-ray because I was like, "Yo, this is a damn classic for me," and I was hooked. You know, so I gave it. If it was like, you know, uh, if I were to rate it like one, well, how many camcorders out of five? You know, I would give it five. Well, how many GoPros? I would give it five
GoPros.
GoPros out of five. You know?
Yeah, there's a lot of shots up the nose.
Yes, they had some clean noses. I definitely thought of that.
Sorry, if we just leave that in the past from now on with found footage. No more up the hooter shots for me, please.
If the makeup crew takes an hour just to pluck noses,
Right?
you probably shouldn't have those
I mean,
shots.
they were clean noses, no doubt.
So
Yeah.
clean.
Two clean nostrils and everyone there.
Listen, I mean, it isn't it about time though, because when I think found footage first started kicking off and first started spinning off, like we were seeing all sorts of noses, hair coming out of the nose, snot
Yeah.
coming out of the nose, drippage.
Yeah, a lot of Roderick
Yeah.
snot is just ingrained into my memory. It will never leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
How
now we got
many?
clean.
Thank you, Blair Witch. Yeah.
Yes, Blair Witch. I'm glad you said that because it was total Blair Witch vibes when the first girl was just standing there and got possessed by the ghost and she started doing her chanting. I was like, oh, I love it. When you can recreate something and make me feel that again, you just did something very special there.
Yeah, when Charlotte and her friends tried to leave the asylum, they kept going around in circles and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, right back to the way that I felt when I first saw Blair Witch Project, and yeah, I was a thrill to relive it in a slightly different way.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. So what would you guys rate it out of GoPros?
I
what
was going
about
to
you,
ask
Bob?
you, what did you give it? Because I thought you said, but I didn't hear it.
Five GoPros.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Bob.
5 out of 5. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, I'll go 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, I'm not normally a found footage man, so I'm actually quite glad to have been brought back to the genre by a recommendation of a movie that I had heard, and there was definitely a lot about this movie that I enjoyed. So I was surprised, pleasantly surprised.
Okay, yeah, I'll give it a 4.
Okay, yes. A nice balance with Heathen over there.
Yeah, I'm a tough crowd. I'm sorry.
I love it. So you know what? Before we go to the other ratings, since you said you're just diving into found footage again, I don't know if you've ever seen As Above, So Below, but have you seen that? If not, I recommend it.
That's an enjoyable one. Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah, that's top notch. I feel like.
Sorry, Tyron, carry on.
No problem. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, well, probably I've completely forgotten. Please.
Everybody pause. So forget what he was gonna say.
No, what I was gonna say was I had seen a lot of found footage movies, so I was just surprised that I'd never heard of it even. So yeah, so to come back to it. Yeah, once again, I was glad. And now maybe I'll check out a few others which I've been avoiding purposefully.
Listen, found footage, it's definitely a sleeper subgenre of the genre. What about you, Rainbow? What's your rating?
I'll have to give it a 4 as well. And a lot of that point taken away from it would be just how long the setup took. It just took a little bit too long to get to the good stuff. And yeah, I like a good long setup with just a punch of an ending. But I felt like it was just too much for such a big group of people, because there was just so many characters. We could have started picking them off way sooner, I think. But speaking of found footage, I'm sure you might have heard of this one before, but we almost watched it today, was The Taking of Deborah Logan, another excellent one that I just always have to recommend when it comes to this subgenre.
Yes, The Taking of Deborah Logan. If you guys have not seen that one, that was another classic, another awesome one. I get what you mean by like it took a while for the setup, to get going and the kills and things like that. But I think what hooked me was I'm a huge fan of ASMR. So I feel like this movie was like low key ASMR, like the first, just walking around ghost hunting. Like I was a huge fan of ghost hunters, and it was just like people walking around in the dark with cameras like sold. It's a shadow.
Okay.
Like I'm a fan of Skinamarink, so you got me in the dark.
I know you are. And I definitely like it too. So I feel that part. Like I said, I do like a good little build up there. It just took a tiny bit too much time, but it was, fun getting to know the folks and the sound effects. And the sound effects were good. Once we got a good copy of the film, the sound effects were good.
Oh yes. What about you, Bog? What's your rating?
I'm not a big fan of found footage movies.
Okay.
Period. There are very few in the genre that I fully enjoy. This was not one of them. I have to give it a 2 out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
okay.
like Ray said, it took too long to build up. There were just so many characters that I didn't care about any of them. Um, took way too long to get to the first kill.
Yeah.
Just way too long.
Fair.
There wasn't even a token sacrifice kill at the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. A
That would have
token
helped
one.
a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't mind the building of the myth of like the room 402 and like the build up to that. I kind of like how they built up to that a little bit. I also really loved personally when they found the wig in the bathroom. And
That
Gail
was
puts on the
funny.
end of a stick and starts like almost chasing a friend with this wig on a stick. And I was thinking to myself, yeah, I wouldn't want a wet wig put on me either. It can't just
No.
feel weird and give me the creeps.
But that also, it makes me wonder, because I feel like there were a couple of moments that were kind of funny, and I don't know if it's like a lost in translation kind of thing, or like,
Sure.
was this intended to have some comedic moments, or was it just kind of, I feel like the performances would support that to a certain degree, like, you know, not like over the top fake funny, but just the interactions you have amongst people funny.
Yeah, I think some unintentionally, but some definitely intentionally, especially with the wig, you know. And Charlotte,
And
you know.
the first girl that got possessed was hilarious. That was the funniest possessed
I mean,
human I've ever
that
seen in a
was
horror movie.
to Heathen and I, we were both like, yo, Blair Witch relived, and you're over here laughing in the chat. I'm like, okay, Bob, that's your opinion. That's great. But I'm over here just like being reborn again almost. I'm like, yes. So that's funny. Yeah, hearing the perspectives is great.
Yeah,
Oh yes.
that I truly loved was it was kind of getting towards the end of the movie, and there was a girl trapped in a room. She just had a torch in her hand, and she kept shining it on this guy who was like, I think he was naked and almost like had his hands in his own body or something.
Yeah.
That was, you know, I was really impressed with that setup. That was a top horror setup. I absolutely loved that scene with the torch going back and forth, and I was almost like, what the hell am I looking at here?
Yeah. Yeah, the flashlight at first I thought it was in her hand, but no, it's on her head. So when she's moving the flashlight away, yeah, she's not being in my brain at first. I'm like, okay, she's being annoying by taking the light off of this creepy creature humanoid thing, because why wouldn't you just keep the light on him? But she's trying to escape and she has to turn her head in order to see the doorknob. But really though, I guess you don't have to. You could just like do like that. But it made more sense why the flashlight was moving away from the creepy ass image that you should be keeping the light on.
Yeah. At all times. Yeah.
At all times.
Yes.
So creepy.
Yeah, it was a lot of creepy moments in here. I love the shots, you know, especially the props, you know, the dolls and the photos on the wall and, you know, ghost spots and all that stuff. Like just watching this in the dark with headphones on, you know, and you know, just the sound and, you know, just the vibe of it. I don't know, it's highly effective for me, highly effective.
Yeah. It was certainly effective enough that I would not want to go into that place after sundown. Let's put it that way. You know,
Well, that
underground, so it wouldn't make a difference.
I want no part of it. Well, okay. Well, either way, you get what I mean.
Well, that was my next question, you know, because I'm like, this place, like, I don't think it exists anymore. I think they bulldozed it over or whatever, but when it was, you know, up and running, you know, because this was the asylum was a real place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's
Because I was wondering, I was like, this looks so good. I even said in the chat, like, I was like, I wonder if this is some real like setup or if it's some set design, like, because it looked so fucking good and creepy. So
listen, me, I think it was maybe like 2 years ago. Damn, it's been 2 years. But me and Ivor Trees Little's horror movies and beyond, we did a review of this film, and she went into depth about, like, you know, the history of, you know, the asylum and all that. And it's like, you know, would you take a step, would you like in reality visit that place, for maybe, I'd say maybe $40,000. I would. I
Yeah.
would.
I'd do it for free. I got the equipment. I'll go. Let's do
I mean,
this.
after watching the movie, but like if I was them and I saw some weird, maybe like live stream stuff that I wasn't sure about, maybe. But it's like if I know and I just watched this movie and I saw some shit, it's gonna take maybe at least $1 million.
Yeah. And am I going in by myself, or am I with at least like a friend?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah, well, I mean,
numbers. I mean, by myself, I'm not sure I
Well,
could handle it.
you're a heathen,
Yeah.
so
no, you're going with friends. You're going with the Monster Fam.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, I got safety in numbers. Yeah, I feel safe.
Yes. Yeah.
Plus, I feel like we got Bog in the building because like he's dressed like he's ready to play, Elden Ring. So I feel like he's ready to handle anything that comes our way.
Oh shit.
I'll definitely throw hands at a ghost.
Yeah, I feel like as long as you respect things, do not pick shit up.
Don't
because there
touch
are
nothing.
Too many
Put
people
the
touching
doll
things.
back.
And I like that the doll was like pristine and clean because it should have been nasty or dirty or whatever, but they made a point to make it clean because it's like it stands out against its background and its setting, and so it made it a little bit more creepy that way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So would you guys ever like I know I had asked you, would you actually enter this place, but would you ever join like a ghost hunting posse on an adventure at an actual like famously haunted place, like somewhere it could be a forest, maybe not like the suicide forest in Japan, but a forest or a hospital or anything like that. Would you ever dare to dream?
Yeah, I always thought without doubt I would like to join one of the things. I mean, we're quite big fans of ghost adventures, and some of the places where they go to, I'm like, yeah, I'd be so down for visiting this place, that place. Yeah, without doubt, I'd love to go.
Yes, I love it. It's funny because it's like mingling with the horror community. Like I meet so many people, and a lot of them are, well, some of them are ghost hunters themselves, and paranormal investigators, and just people who are like, you know what, I'm gonna grab my machines, my AVP machines, and I'm just gonna run in there and listen. Yes, I love it.
I would go, but I don't think I would go if I saw that particular place on a live stream where somebody supposedly or unsupposedly got killed on camera or whatever.
Yes.
Like I've heard stories, somebody got killed there, or a mass of people did, or whatever. I can read about it or whatever. But if I actually saw with my own eyes in the last 100 years on camera, somebody got killed there, I might skip that one. That location.
Yeah.
So what? I'm sorry. What were we gonna say?
I was going to say, and that's another thing that's really good about the movie Gonjiam is I think DeRay mentioned pretty much the way that they've designed their version of the Asylum, and it was like really drab, dank, and colorless, and it really added like a sense of dread to the whole thing. And I wouldn't want to go into that place. So I say I want to go in a few haunted places, but I wouldn't want to go into what they've made there.
Well, I actually saw in like the trivia that they weren't allowed to film in the asylum itself, but they exactly replicated.
Oh shit.
Oh.
That was some Gonjiam shit right there, yo.
Like an unfriended tree or something.
Oh, shit. So they recreated.
No, they recreated it like spot on to the actual thing. They wanted it just like as real as they could get it without being allowed to actually film in it.
Yeah, they nailed it.
Damn.
That's awesome.
Okay. Yeah, listen, I would have thought it was so dirty in there, so dingy. Like they spent a lot of money dirtying that up.
No, I think the building was existent. It was like some old hospital or something, but it wasn't like the haunted asylum. So they managed to like find something that fit where they could. Yeah, I'm sure they scruffed it up and did a lot of graffiti and
Sounds
shit
like
themselves.
you were the location scout. You know so much.
Hey, I
Listen.
like the research.
Listen, that's a risk in itself, you know, because we're filming a movie about a haunted asylum, but we're going into an abandoned, you know, hospital. Like that's not haunted as well, you know, like there aren't ghosts and spirits roaming around there as well.
Yeah. That's how it starts. That's going to be for Gonjiam Asylum too.
Exactly.
We are currently in like a typical setup for a horror movie. You know, we've all just watched the same movie. We're jumping on to talk about it, and now things could go terribly wrong for us.
Listen, we've seen Host, you know, like we know what can happen. We know what can happen. But I just feel like Bog can save us though. I don't know.
I got a whole thing of salt in the cabinet right now. I'm ready.
Yes.
I've seen Supernatural. I know how to do this.
Yes. We got Dell on movies. Haven't seen this yet, so I'll skedaddle before you guys get too far into it. I at least wanted to show some love and smash that like button. Yes. Thank you, Dell, for showing love. Dell on movies. Shout out. You know, awesome channel. I'm also gonna post that Discord link in the chat again, you know, ladies and gentlemen, because I know that that Discord, you know, hopefully they get it together one day with, you know, because with these expired links, you know,
so weird.
You know, yes, you know, but yes, so at what point, you know, because these folks, you know, they're content creators. In the beginning, we find out that they're content creators and they have their own like ghost hunting crew, and you know, they're trying to get views and things like that. But I feel like there's only but so much that you can go through before you're just like, actually, nah, I'm good. Cut the cameras. I'm good. So at what point, like, would you guys cut the cameras off? Like, at what point would you just be like, you know what? I'm out. Fuck the asylum. Fuck the tent. I'm out of here. Like, at what point are you just like, peace?
Like in this movie particular, or like in general?
In this movie particular.
Yes, obviously. Okay, just making sure. Okay.
Once someone starts to come at me with a wet wig, that's
Oh shit.
I feel like for me, knowing that it's a horror movie and it's going to go somewhere spooky, I would tap out super early. But if I was actually there in person and that's what you were there to capture, I feel like all the bangs, the noises, the moving stuff, I'd probably try and stick around for that. But, you know, as soon as you see a sort of like sewn up naked man like dragging himself towards you, I think that's time to head home.
Time to go.
I'm surprised you would have stayed that damn long.
I know. I was gonna say that. I was like, but you know, that's a good answer.
Also, the words "let's do a ritual" are not the kind of words I want to hear when I'm walking around the haunted asylum. So yeah, I'm out of that as well.
Oh shit. I was gone when the graffiti changed from life to death, or whatever that hell that shit said, like live to whatever it said. It said life to death, and I was like, nope. I'd have been extra gone. They were like, well, maybe, I don't know. And then the homeboy in the tent lied to them, even though he was in the tent having spooky shit happen to him too. And it's like, bro, you're that hard on for the money, which I get, I guess. But then that's why at the end I was proud of Tent Boy when he, you know, even though he was selling out everybody to the ghosts and shit, he like got the footage of the last death, or, you know, his death. And he was like, well, I'm dying. I might as well capture it and let the next person, you know, bank on that, I guess. So, but yeah, I would have been gone right when that graffiti didn't look right. And also to the ghost spot. The ghost spot was too much a little bit. Too
intense.
Too much. You know, what about you, Bob?
The part where they were all in the pool room together, or the flooded room together, and they started getting possessed one by one. Once that first person got possessed, I'm out. Yeah. I'm getting outnumbered already. Nah, ain't enough holy water and salt in the world can take care of that.
I think that means he lasted the longest though, Bog. So
yeah,
superpowers.
I'm surprised that the rest of them stuck around and just watched each other get possessed. Like, what the hell?
Although we know it wouldn't have helped even trying to get away. So going around in circles, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I
Yep.
think sometimes when things happen, you don't know like what your real response is going to be. Like, are you going to, poke your chest out, and become the hero that you were meant to be? Or are you gonna, or is your adrenaline gonna kick in, and your flight, sense is gonna kick in, and you're like, actually, I'm out of here. I'm gonna break down this door. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get the hell out of here. Because I don't.
I'll put it this way: heroes die once. Cowards get to live on to die several more times down the line, but they still alive.
No,
Oh shit.
I like that. I like that. Because it's. I mean, we've seen that in some movies. We've definitely seen that in some movies. Night of the Demons. Which is debatable. For Roger. He made some decisions, but at the end of the day, he survived. So we
That's what
gotta. Yeah, that's what counts. That's what counts.
I like to think that I would definitely run and save myself. And then if in the moment I do decide to save somebody, then I'll be pleasantly surprised. I'll be like, oh, I actually was a hero and I thought I was gonna just save myself. So I'll
I've
just
grown
think
as a
that way
person.
for right now. Yeah.
Listen.
But-
I think it depends on the threat. Like if it's a physical threat, then it's like, okay, I've gotta map this out. But if it's like, spiritual and stuff like that, you're like, all right, your mind starts playing too many tricks on you, especially you're
Sure.
walking around in the dark and all this other crap,
What you don't see.
Exactly. The dark is literally the scariest thing for me.
Yes, but I think this film, it definitely played on that, especially with the ghost spots and things like that. Like I think that would have been the moment for me to be like, you know what, I'm out of here. Like
Yep.
just seeing that it was in portraits of just weird, like, folks, there's a story there, but do you want to know the story at least why you're in this damn asylum? Like, I'm like, damn, there's a story there.
So
Yeah.
speaking of the story, what's up with the director playing ping pong? Like, I get she was like basically the killer. So what was the deal with the director? Like her role in all of it? She was the lead killer, right?
The director.
The lady director who played ping pong, right? Am I wrong or?
Yeah, she played ping pong.
Yeah.
and she basically, I guess, like, I don't know, I saw those people like the sewed up naked man and the person possessing people when she grabbed their faces. Those were, I think, patients, right? And then we had the director as well. And she was kind of like the Ichabod, not Ichabod, but she was kind of like the what's the dude's name in The Haunting. She was kind of like that kind of presence when I was thinking of it. Like, but why? Because I didn't catch the first part with the whole subtitle fiasco. That's
What was her
why I'm
motive?
lost. Yeah, what was the motive and why was she so evil? I guess. Yeah, exactly.
I thought she was just I thought she was just like operating on people when the asylum was running. That's what I thought. She was just operating on these mental patients. Because especially with the photos and shit that were hanging up, I was just like, oh, she's into some twisted shit.
Yeah.
But she was like fucked up, right? Like she didn't have a good heart. She wasn't doing it for the people, right? She was doing
Nah,
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was
nah,
evil.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, she had to be. Just
But
from
I
the
guess I
from
just
the things
wonder
that we saw.
why. Like what was she doing? what was
Historically speaking,
yeah, okay.
asylums were awful, awful places. Like literal
Sure.
torture, which took place in these places.
She just wanted to make money. She had an operation, she had a business, and she didn't care how the business was ran. She just wanted to collect the money. But like, did she also get off on fucking these people up in fucked up ways? Or
I
It
think
sounds like
so.
you're crying out for an origin story of the lady director.
something?
Gunjiam
sequel.
origins.
Yeah.
Okay. She's just a fucked up bitch. That's all there is. That's all there is to say about it at this
Yeah,
moment.
I mean,
at
I
this
would love
moment.
to see
Okay.
it though.
Yeah. Okay.
I think there's something there.
Cool.
No, but now I'm like curious. I'm like, shit, what is? Because I've seen this movie like maybe 4 times, so far, and I'm like, you know what? Now that you asked that question, that I've never thought about, I'm like, shit, why was she doing all this? What was the motivation? I'm too busy being horrified by the spooky shit on the wall, and the naked man dancing in the night. Shit.
Because I was like, is he moving? Is he not moving? And then you saw him move, and then that shit was good and creepy. I love him. Ugh.
A naked man in the dark will horrify me anytime.
Thank you, because I have talked to people about that so many times. I'm like, you know what? The horrifying thought for me is coming home, coming. Horrifying thought for me is coming home. I'm turning on the light, and I just see a naked, older gentleman in my home,
Older.
and they're just looking at me. Yes, they're older.
Saggy. They're saggy.
And it's just, and they're running eyes
X
wide
shit.
open.
You talking about X over here?
And they're just like, like that creeps the fuck out of me. So when,
I was not prepared for the conversation to take this turn.
Blame Are You Afraid of the Dark? Because you can never trust the older folks in Are You Afraid of the Dark. They were always
It's true. It's true.
So maybe that's something we should take a trip down memory lane in Monster Fam one of these nights.
Oh,
some
hell
Are You
yeah.
Afraid of the Dark
100%.
episodes.
October, baby. October. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, after that naked man speak, I'm gonna sleep with the light on tonight.
Listen. That's no wonder why they choose the bear, man. No wonder why they choose the bear. Damn naked men out there.
Yeah, naked bear, cute.
Yeah. But yeah, this movie, it definitely, had some awesome moments, some awesome kills, so what was your favorite kill? Any kills stand out to anybody?
I just personally, I just love Charlotte and whoever, I forget the girl's name who she was with, when they wander outside the asylum and just like walking around to their own doom. How those two ended up, with the crazy face, the bug eyes.
Yes.
Yes.
That was a good possession.
Yes. I think that was my favorite as well. Like I call it the ASMR ghost. Like she was top notch. Yes, she was top notch.
Yes, love it.
What about you, Rainbow? Who was your favorite kill?
So we did talk about Charlotte and her homegirl a bunch, like, and that whole thing, like just Blair Witch vibes through and through. Loved it. But thinking more about it, I'll have to go with the tent guy because he was an asshole keeping all those people in the asylum when he knew they should have all came out. And then yet, even though he was that asshole, he captured at least his own death because he's like, well, I captured all of their deaths in some type of way. Let me just go ahead and do mine. And it was just cool seeing him getting lifted up by the ghost, strangled or whatever the fuck she did to him. And then also seeing in the other POV where you just see his body being mangled and lifted up without seeing the ghost, like we did in the first POV. So that last one. Mm-hmm.
Yes, loved it. I think that one was special to me because it looked like there was a scene where it looked like we were looking into like another universe, like into the ghost verse.
Yes, the eyes changed and everything. It was beautiful.
Yeah. And we didn't get the other half of Heathen. What was your favorite kill?
Yeah, it wasn't like actually the kill. I think it's pretty much what DeRay just went to when he's like filming back and you can see the floating legs of like the demon thing coming towards them backwards, and then it kind of like spins round to face the back of their head, and you just get this shot of like this possessed demonic thing right over the shoulder, and then But that's not what kills him, right? Because then after that, he's in like strapped to a chair or something.
Yeah, I made actually a note of that too because I was like, when that body hit him, he like knew it. And I think that's why it stuck with us because it was just like his expression too, where it was like he was scared, but it was like a knowing fear where he was like, it's literally a body floating and its back is hitting my back. And you could just tell like he felt and knew that.
You're right, actually. His performance in that moment I found was probably one of my favorite performances throughout the whole movie. I thought that was like so well done, that reaction.
So that actor, he's great. If you guys haven't seen another one of his films called Midnight, it's really good. He plays a serial killer. It's like a lot of cardio in that movie, but it's really good film. A lot of cardio,
Awesome.
But I'm like, how disrespectful is that? If you're like this ghost is scaring the shit out of you, and then it has the audacity to bump into you, and that's just like punking you. It's like what you gonna do about it, bro? Like
Yes.
the audacity.
Oh shit.
What about you, Bog? Did any kills stand out for you?
Oh, the dude being drugged down the hallway through the door.
Yeah.
Yes.
Through the door to nowhere. Seeing all those ghost faces in the little square windows doing the ASMR. That was awesome. That I can imagine myself being in that chair that the dude was in and just getting drugged unwillingly down that hallway, and it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Listen, I think people actually pay to get that done to them. Haunted
You're
house.
not
Somebody probably
wrong.
pays good money.
You're not wrong.
People are strange.
People like their thrills,
Yeah, like would you guys ever pay to be in one of those like extreme haunted houses?
Hell yeah. If I'm paying and I know, like the thing is too, like maybe not at the same time if I really thought about it, because it's like they're gonna try to like really scare me and might bang me up and hurt me, trying to really scare me. So that would throw me off a little bit. But if I knew that it would actually be creepy and not go to another dimension, then yeah. I'm down.
Yeah, I'm down. Just don't hurt me. Just
You
don't
don't hurt
like they be having people, sign these waivers, and they're like, well, if we break a bone, if we
$1 million.
make you bleed,
Million.
it's like no, just scare me. I don't want to like I want a soft, spooky experience. I don't,
I've been in one of those it was called the Passage of Terror, and it was at a theme park called Tivoli World in southern Spain. And this is about 25 years ago, so there wasn't really like any health and safety measures. And at the end, some guy popped out as Leatherface with this fake chainsaw. But he got my uncle on the legs, and he comes out. He burst out the other side. He had literal scratches.
Oh my god!
He actually got wounded by this.
Oh hell no! Nah. What if he had a freaking like?
When you can't see things as well, parts of the set are like quite narrow. People like bumping their shoulders, getting bruised up, all this kind of thing. Yeah, so it's more dangerous than you think. It's not just the characters you've got to worry about; it's the building itself.
No.
There could be an errant nail, anything.
I like a nice sort of medium scale one. I don't want to actually get with you, Rainbow. I'm so with you.
Yeah, that one was terrifying, by the way, the one that we went into.
But I also feel like people scare me more than ghosts. Mm-hmm. So I'd probably more likely spend time in a haunted house than I would in a fake one.
Yeah, I hear that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, I could go to especially it's that season, so the haunted houses and the haunted hay rides and all that are popping up. And I'm like, I'm more comfortable in one of these with a guy with a chainsaw chasing me around than I am driving around certain parts of America, which is wild.
I can well believe that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's great. What about you, Bog?
I'm with the heathen one. I'd rather have the ghosts than the haunted people haunted houses. Like any day, give me the ghosts.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
some dude chasing me ran with a chainsaw because I can't run.
Yeah.
They're gonna catch me quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no ghosts with 1,000 bottles of lube, floating around that we know about anyway.
Swooty.
Oh
You
shit.
know, there's there's none of that going around, but it's I don't know, it's something, it's just something about being in a being in that environment, and just especially, just making it fun, going with friends or family or loved ones, and being able to control that fear, because you cannot control that fear,
Yes.
outside, in the real world. You turn on the news, you're like, oh my God, but you turn on Gunjiam Haunted Asylum, turn the damn light on, it's fun.
The world's all right.
Yeah, I mean, when we have a chat show where we're discussing what was your favorite kill, and we're like, oh my god, my favorite kill was like when this happened. We're special people, I think.
Yes. Oh yes. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very therapeutic. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the thing about the horror community and people who, love the genre is we can watch something, horrific or terrifying, and it can sometimes be relaxing for us. Like I can listen to, a horror podcast and fall asleep, with screams in my headphones.
Yes.
But I'm getting anxiety, walking through the grocery store. I'm like, what's we called snack?
100%. Yes.
You know.
100%. Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely, I think Gunjiam Haunted Asylum is definitely one of those ones. I would love to, I don't know, I don't know if they make a sequel, but I would love to see. I think I'm sold on a prequel at this point,
Yeah.
from
What's
Duray's
up,
suggestion.
director?
Yeah.
What's going down? What's
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, so what would you guys, if there was anything that you could have added, to the film, what would you have added? Which I think I know some of your answers. So I'm gonna go to Duray first. What would you have added to the film?
I guess if they wanted to wait so long to kill all their people, I would have added even more people, Bog, and had those people been killed off even sooner. Like them, almost like if the asylum was kind of telling them not to come. So they all met up and tried to like get this team together, and they were being killed off before even getting there. That would have been cool. Have like 2 to 3 sacrificial deaths before they even get them. They just write that off as, oh, that's just coincidence. But once they get there, they realize that those deaths then were part of the whole fucking situation.
Okay. I like that. Digging that. Take notes. Take notes. Writers, whoever's doing research on this for the future,
Yeah.
for the future film.
Hit me up. Cut me in. Cut me in. Just like Homeboy, Temp Boy. I need my 20%.
Yes, cut the check. Cut the check.
Yeah.
What about you, Bog? What would you have added into this?
I would have added the director as the main like ghost killing people.
Yeah.
Because her missing from that just it seemed off.
Yeah.
Like she was such a big part of the backstory in the beginning that not having her there, it seemed wrong to me.
Gotcha. No, I understand. I definitely understand. I think she definitely would have added a little bit of sauce, especially if they would have given her a voice. Like I think if I would have added anything, it would have been like to have some like sort of creepy voice in the background. Like I know we had ASMR ghosts, but,
sure, but
someone to actually talk to lure folks away. Be like, oh, some old woman, Again, the old people.
You don't like them old folks. So wait, I forget. How much did you like X? A lot or a little?
A lot.
Okay,
a lot.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Right,
I love
sure.
old Pearl over
Yeah.
young Pearl any day.
Love it. I need to watch old people.
Scary.
Yes. I have not seen Maxine yet, but
okay.
I've heard some things.
It's good.
Yeah. I definitely gotta check it out. we know about you, Bog. We know you a tough cookie, tough cookie. You know. What about you, Heathen? What would you guys add into the pot?
I like the idea of a bit of a voice, but otherwise, I was thinking because from what I understood, it was like the victims of the surgical procedures that were actually doing the hauntings. I think you could have maybe gone a bit deeper into like just showing a bit of that, like what was so messed up, what made this place supposedly haunted.
Right.
I feel like that trauma is like shown as much as it could be.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. I get that. You know. What about you? What about you? The other half.
I think I would have liked to have, just from a personal standpoint, I'm interested in more about the Room 402. We can flesh that out. The history of Room 402 would be an interesting thing that they could get into, I think.
Yeah. I definitely. It's something about a fucking creepy ass room. Like I think it was DeRay who put in the 1408 meme. You know.
Mm-hmm.
It was me with the meme in, but Bog brought it up, and I wanted to
Oh
bring it
Yeah.
up right now. That's
yes.
why I was like, hey. So speaking of 1408, that's another example of where like it was a lot of setup. Like nothing really happened necessarily until like halfway through or further in, but it was a lot of like spooky shit. So on that question, this last question, so just adding more spooky shit, because I really loved when I saw the graffiti change from life to death or whatever the fuck
Mm-hmm.
that shit said, like just little things like that. And the doll stuff, like the doll and graffiti and the desk kind of came all just together, just maybe spreading that stuff out a little bit more, because 1408 is one of my absolute favorite films of all time. It's beautiful. And it's just this dude in a room going crazy, so
Oh, yeah.
love it.
Oh yeah, it's 1408 is definitely up there, like with one of my favorite Stephen King flicks. I think just even the roller coaster it takes you on, the emotion,
Yes,
the
yes, the
the
roller
guy
coaster.
who's going through his faith, the challenges that he has with his faith and everything. And I was just like, oh man, this was better than the mist, But,
Way different, but I see your point.
yeah, because it like the mist hit me. It was like a gut punch at the end when he did what he had to do. And then it's like, oh my God, But the book was better, of course, but just the gut punch at the end of the film. But then 1408, the build up and him being like, I hate you. And it's like, oh, you like you feel the emotion because you're like, oh, this motherfucker got his faith back, So it's crazy. It's crazy,
Yeah.
we got Michael Anthony in the building. Hey, cousins,
What's
just showing
up?
some love. Tyrone, they suggested movies that make me lock my bedroom door. Listen,
Nice.
listen, that is what it's all about, because it's either horror movies that make you lock your bedroom door or TikTok conspiracies, because at the end of the day, it's all about the damn music,
Oh
it's
shit.
about the damn music, you know.
Mhm.
So I think this was definitely I think it's definitely one of my favorite Korean horror movies, So I think Korea is doing an amazing job over there with the genre,
Mhm.
But do you guys have any like international, it could be Korean or any other international horror suggestions, out there that you feel like the folks need to see?
Trying to. I'm sure everybody's obviously seen Wreck.
Right.
REC.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm trying to think of a more niche one. I'm kind of drawing a blank at the moment.
Rec 2. Rec 2
Wreck
was
2.
amazing.
Yeah.
Wreck 3.
Yeah, there's a Wreck 3, right.
Some recent Korean horror that I've seen that I've liked has been The Wailing. I still need to see The Host. Alive was great, a great
Yes.
zombie film. Like Train to Busan and Alive don't really compare like as like the same, but like I think I was impacted the same to both of those. Absolutely loved it. a movie from China that I liked from Hong Kong is Dumplings. Very disturbing. It's about a woman who eats dumplings in order to be youthful, but these dumplings are filled with fetuses, human fetuses. Really good. Let me see. I think I saw another Korean horror that I saw recently. Um, Another Asian horror, I think it's Japanese or it could be Chinese, is The Sadness. The Sadness is all kinds of fucked up. It's so good
Couldn't
and
watch that one.
super disturbing. But it's not like so fucked up just to be fucked up. It's not just doing disgusting and vile things just to be so. It's doing it for a reason and telling a story of maybe a story that is just to tell the story, but it's a zombie virus movie, and this virus affects these folks in this really fucked up way. And no, it's not just to be disgusting because, you know, and I do think about it even more all the time. That's why I love it. It is so visually disturbing, but it's also just like we think about the most disturbing things in our minds sometimes. Some people maybe never ever do, and that's fine. But like our thoughts are our thoughts. We don't act on these thoughts. But sometimes like people fear like how terrible can your thoughts become? And this movie is the epitome of that. Like, oh, I want to push over that trash can. Oh, that's so bad and dangerous. But like, what's the worst of that? And then this movie is basically that, you know, and it's fucked up.
Yes.
If you enjoy some extreme cinema, then Itchy the Killer is a pretty
Okay.
wild movie. If you've not
I'm
seen
writing
that,
that down.
Takeshi Mike,
All right. Oh, okay.
Itchy the
Takeshi
Killer.
Mike. Interesting. Okay, I'm writing that down.
Itchy the Killer. I
Yeah.
like that. I like that.
ICHI.
ICHI. See,
Yeah.
listen,
on
I've
that
got so many damn recommendations. I've only got so many damn, you know, I'm like, I gotta work. Sometimes I'll be getting pissed
I gotta
off,
work.
you know, you gotta bother me with this bullshit when I'm trying to, you know, watch these recommendations from the horror community. You know, my friend told me to check out Itchy the Killer. I can't
have
be
heard of
bothered.
that one, and now I'm
A
definitely
good one.
gonna do that one extra soon. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Put it quite to the top of the list, I'd say. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty unique.
Yes. Itchy the Killer. All right, all right. What about you, Bog? You got a recommendation to throw out there?
It's one I haven't seen in a long time, but it has stuck in my mind. I forget where it comes from, but it's a movie called Cello.
Mm.
It is about this celloist who thinks she's going insane, but she's being haunted by an old friend of hers who she kind of screwed over for a celloist position in an orchestra.
That sounds familiar. Let me look that up. Actually, yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
The ending of it solidified Asian horror for me, like as a staple.
Oh wow.
Oh, damn, that's a big statement.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You know, I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
10 years ago, Miju lost her ambition to become a cellist when her entire family was brutally murdered. Due to the trauma, she now leads a quiet life as a teacher with her husband and children. However, dreadful events begin to occur. Ooh, that sounds exciting.
Yes, yes. I love it. I love it. You know, does anybody else have any more recommendations, you know, to throw out before we wrap it up here?
I love that you said your list is getting too long and now you're just asking for more right away.
For the people, for the people.
It's I'm toxic like that. It's a good toxic trait, you know.
It's a sickness, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to throw High Tension out there.
Oh,
no one's
yes.
seen that,
Good
you know,
one.
High Tension's
Yeah.
another good one. And if you have not dove into Indonesian horror, you know, Empedagore is great, as well as Satan Slaves 1 and 2. You know,
Wait,
the name is
Pedagore,
wild.
Satan Slaves,
Satan Slaves
Pedagore.
on my watch list. Yeah.
Satan
What
Slaves.
was one
Okay.
before? Sorry.
The Empedagore.
Impedagore.
Igor.
Yeah, that's Yoko Anwar. Like he is up there with me, like one of the new you know, giants in horror. You know, he's up there with me, like Indonesian horror, just the way that he shoots film and the way that he can tell a story. I'm like, shit. Like this is this man knows how to open up a damn movie. And Netflix recently gave him like a dope series, Nightmares and Dreamscapes. So Nightmares and Daydreams, not Nightmares. Nightmares and Dreamscapes was good too, Stephen King, but Nightmares and Daydreams on Netflix, something cool to check out, like horror slash sci-fi, type deal.
Good mix.
Oh yes, oh yes. So we're gonna go around and shout out anything that anybody needs to promote and get out there. So what about you, Bog? Do you have anything to shout out or promote for the people?
Tuesdays and Thursdays in the Monster Fam, I stream X-Files on Tuesdays and Throwback Thursday on Thursdays. I try to stick to 80s and 90s movies for that. I stream every morning on Saturday and Sunday. I stream Saturday night cartoons all night long.
Yes, yes, I love it. I love it. And besides Monster Fam, can the people catch you on any social media anywhere?
Nah, I pretty much abandoned everything else.
He found us through Twitter, but he's like, you know what? It's now X. I'm X'd out too. So peace.
listen, he's dedicated. It's Monster
Yeah.
Fam, and that's who he ride and that's who he died for. Like I feel that. I feel that.
You don't have to die for us, and he don't need to either. But I mean, it's where he hangs out. It's where he hangs out.
listen. The dedication is there. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
What about you guys, heathens?
Yeah, we have a weekly horror movie review thing as well on YouTube if you want to check it out. But mainly our thing is that we're producing our own horror movie. So we're super early on, trying to get the word out there as we build up and get into pre-production. So yeah, any horror fans, look us up.
Yeah, we got some cast, we got some crew. We've had a few meetings, so we're moving in the right direction. So if you just follow any heathen channels, that'll help us out.
Yes, I love it. I love it. What about you, Rainbow?
Yes, so I just recently put out a comparison video for an original and remake for Funny Games. My next one is going to be for the film Halloween, the original, and Rob Zombie's 2007 version, along with all of my other Spooktober special videos. And my schedule will be coming out very soon. It should be coming out at least by Monday, if not tomorrow. So, but yeah, my Spooktober special is coming out very soon. So I'll be putting out at least 2 videos every week starting October 1st. So keep an eye out for all that fun stuff. And then hit me up on Instagram for more food and personal stuff and postings and things.
Yes. See, I love the food posts as well.
Yes.
And which if you love food, on the Discord, shout out to the Discord. They've got a thread in there, Monster Cafe. I was like, this is just food. Like, and I was amazed. I'm like, this is awesome. Like I love food and I love horror movies, so it's the place to be. So make sure you check out, the Discord for the Monster Fam, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, this has been another episode of Evil Live. I hope that you join the Discord, you follow these folks. They've got some amazing things coming up. And also there's way more amazing people in the Monster Fam as well. It's growing. I'm sure this is not going to be the last time you're going to see these folks up here. Definitely got to get Heathen and Bog back on the show, as well as DeRay back on the show, and kicking it with the family. But as always, peace, love, and horror, ladies and gentlemen. And we have